Afternoon all, welcome back to Hand in Hand Together. Sorry lads, but you're going to kind of feel a bit like I'm banging on about all these topics, because again this week is about a topic that I feel men struggle to talk about. It's a topic that I have lots of personal experience about, so I'm going to talk from my own experience in the hope that some of you guys get on side and understand that it's all right to talk about it. I know there's a bit of a pattern forming here, boys, isn't there? But again, as with all the videos, this is about me talking to the lads, but also the people that surround us. All right. So what I want to talk today about is weight. Yeah. Now we're men, we're manly men. We don't have conversations about the fact that we're uncomfortable that we're overweight. But we are, yeah, and especially I find late 30s, 40s onwards starts to have a real impact. You know, it starts to impact the amount of energy you have, the amount of confidence you have. Yeah, so I gave up a few bad habits a few years ago and I replaced it with overeating, and it's become my Achilles heel. Even with all my knowledge and the tools I've got, and I know what to do, and when I'm on it, I'm bang on it and I feel great. But something always pulls me back to overeating, stopping exercising, and it pisses me off. But that's part of the process, and that keeps me in that process. Yeah. So for me to get where I want to go in life, I need to be healthy. I need to be strong, and I need to lose a few pounds, and I need to keep it off, so that the second half of my life can be the best half that it can be. Now I'm talking about this because, as most of you know, I run a couple of men's mental health groups out here in the woods, and the topic of weight, self-care has come up, which we've spoken about, but weight in particular has come up. It comes up in conversation more now than it ever has around some of my mates or people that I know, but it still is a topic that men seem to avoid talking about. Yeah, again, goes back to that, you know, men should be all right. You know, we're all right with being overweight. Do you know what I mean? We're big and we're cuddly, and you know, there's this thing at the moment that dad's bods, you know, the in thing and stuff, and you know, that might be great for your ego, boys, but it ain't great for our future, because, you know, carrying lots of extra weight and not being reasonably healthy, you add that to stress and other poor life choices and stuff, and it's going to catch up and it will kick us in the bum. And my biggest fear is that I get to 60, 70 and I can't move off the fucking sofa because I've let myself go. But for some reason that fear isn't enough to stop me overeating. For me, it's full of shame and fears of weakness and stuff, which is why I hide my actual eating. Obviously I don't hide the outcome of that because it's visible for everybody to see, but seriously, it's unbelievable. Like I can be sitting with a group of family and friends and I could not think about food at all, but if they all get up and go, my head goes, right, I'm on my own, let's go and eat the house. Do you know what I mean? Let's go and eat half a loaf of bread. It's as if in a previous life I was kept in a cage and starved, and I only managed to eat when I sneaked out and grabbed the odd bit of food. Honestly, it feels like that. It feels like, you know, I've got to keep it secret, and it's I'm ashamed of that. But I'm ashamed of myself. Do you know what I mean? And then you reflect that onto the people around you, don't you? So I know it's uncomfortable, and it's an uncomfortable conversation. But as we're getting older, boys, we need to look after ourselves and put a bit more effort into it, because it does catch up. Yeah. You know, my vicious circle is if I don't look after my weight and my health, my head goes, my critical voice goes, and you know, you just end up in that cycle, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? If I'm struggling mentally, first thing that goes is my diet, and it's a serious conversation, and I think more men are secretly thinking about it and talking about it to people, but not in an open way. So I know for me it really impacts my confidence. You know, a couple of years ago I smashed it. I joined a little group called Primal Roots, and I started training, and I lost about 2.5 stone, and you know, I was fitting into a pair of Levi jeans, and I had my white shirt and my waistcoat, and I had a bit of swagger. I was looking in the mirror. I fucking loved what I was seeing. Yeah, I loved it. But for some reason that wasn't enough to keep me at that point. Yeah, and that's the difficult thing to get your head around when you're in a repetitive negative pattern. Is okay, I know when I'm out of this I feel brilliant, I feel really good about myself, I'm confident, I'm happy, I'm stronger, I'm lighter, I'm faster. But that knowledge doesn't keep you on a reasonable lifestyle. And this isn't about cutting everything out of life. Do you know what I mean? I like a beer, I like going out with mates, you know, and I like food. Yeah, so it's not about diets. It's not about like, let's smash this for 3 months and then you know, I'll be really happy. Because what happens is you smash it for 3 months and then it all goes back on and you end up feeling even worse. Yeah, so it is about a lifestyle. But you know, I'm a 48-year-old man and I'm making a video here talking about weight and creating a healthy lifestyle, yeah, to help with confidence and how you feel about yourself and how your future. And that's an uncomfortable conversation for a lot of fellas. And rightly so, it's uncomfortable for me. I feel a tad uncomfortable talking in this video. But as I said from the beginning, this channel is about honesty, and it's about starting conversations about topics that are avoided. And I think men showing that they're okay with being overweight is a topic that is avoided by a lot of geezers. Yeah, you know, there's lots of fellas out there whose whole life is all about exercising and looking good and prim and proper and all that, and that's not what this is about. It's not about trying to create something you're not. It's about extending a life, it's about raising them energies, and it's about feeling good about yourself. Yeah? Because I don't feel good about myself when I've put weight on. Right? It's as simple as that. I walk past shop windows and I look at myself and I'm like, fucking you fat twat. Do you know what I mean? But that reaction to it just makes me go and secretly eat even more. Yeah. So consistency and just knowing that, you know, you're not on your own. Do you know what I mean? Blokes do think about this. You know, we have this idea that women are always talking about how they look and they want to look good, and they're always putting in loads of effort to, you know, keep weight down and all that kind of stuff, and that's okay. It's in the open, everyone always talks about it. Blokes, do you know what I mean? How many blokes, you know, how many groups of 4 or 5 mates sitting around the pub having a pint going, you know what, mate, I've put a couple of stone on, I feel really uncomfortable, and you know, I'm not liking the way I look, and all my shirts and that aren't fitting well. You don't hear it very often, I can tell you. But we need to. You know, we need to be more open and honest with us. And I think it's harder when you get over 40, because you've got to work bloody harder. Do you know what I mean? When I was 20, I could eat, drink, do whatever I liked, and I wouldn't put a thing on. Do you know what I mean? Early 30s, different story. Mid 40s, oh yeah, you've got to put some proper leg work into it, and you've got to understand that it has an impact. Yeah, you know, and it's not about becoming stick insects, it's about becoming healthy, and that means something different for everybody on the planet. Yeah, I don't want to weigh 11-12 stone, but I would like to weigh 16 stone. That's a good way for me. I'm strong and I'm fit and I'm healthy, you know, so don't go by you know, all these markers that people are telling you, you've got to look like this and you've got to weigh this and your BMI like, yeah, it's bollocks in my head. Yeah, losing weight and being a good weight is about, can you honestly say, I feel healthy, I feel alright? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't hurt getting out of bed in the morning, it doesn't put me out of breath walking up the stairs to go for a dump at night. You know, be honest with yourself, yeah, and ask for help. I'm really fortunate that I've got a missus that's really supportive, understands where my head goes with my diet and my weight, and has got my back all the time. And you know, I talked to some of my mates about my worry, and they've seen me go down and feel great, and they've seen me go back up, and you know, people do notice it. So it's a conversation to have. Don't be embarrassed or ashamed that you're worried about your weight. Yeah, it's perfectly normal. All right. So again, with all these videos, and you know, I know a lot of these videos are based around men and mental health and things that we do or don't do. But ladies, I will get round to you. Yeah, I don't want you feeling left out with these topics. But you know, your men need support and they need understanding that these are topics that need to be spoken about, and men do worry about these things. Yeah, we do. We might not admit it, but we do worry about these things. All right, not everyone, but we do worry. I'm telling you. All right, men worry about their weight and their health. Okay, so again, with all the videos, I mean, use the comments below to you know, paint a picture. Let's support each other. You know, what is it in our history? What is it that keeps us from keeping tabs on our health and our weight? You know, what are the barriers? What stops you from the consistency of it? Why don't we talk about it? Why are men so embarrassed about talking about something so natural of, fucking hell, put a few stone on and life seems a little bit harder at the moment? Do you know what I mean? You can talk like men, you haven't got to, you know, change who you are, but they're conversations that I believe that should be had. All right, so this video is an honest account of my struggles with it, and I hope that it leads to a few fellas holding their hands up, not necessarily on the video, but just people around them go, actually, you know, I would like to put some effort into, you know, extending my life and feeling a bit better about myself. All right, so yeah, tell me how you find it. Subscribe, spread it around, because I know there's fellas out there that would love to be given permission. And I think these videos about the men's mental health is, I want to, you know, say it's okay, you know, give yourself permission to talk about this stuff that you're struggling about. Yeah, so, you know, spread the word a little bit. Let's try and make a difference. All right, so thank you for listening. I hope I've not warbled too much, and I hope you understand where I'm coming from. All right, thank you. Take care, everyone. Namaste.